and welcome back to the channel. So today I thought I would do a video on when me and Kira went to Oasby at the start of the season, because I was thinking with what's going on, we obviously don't know when the event season's going to start back up, and I wasn't vlogging when we went to Oasby, so obviously I didn't vlog that, but I've got both my jumping rounds and I've got my full dressage test. So I thought, why not do a video on that and talk you through it, show you all the clips, and yeah, you'll get to see us in action, because I've bought the cross country round from An Eventful Life. So I thought, why not? So I went with Kira, we did the BE100 under 18 section. We came 8th, I believe, and finished on our dressage score. So we did really well that day. We felt like she was finally getting to grips with cross country. You'll see from the video she just flowed, and dressage wasn't so good. I'll talk you through it in a minute. And show jumping, she went clear. So yeah, we were really happy with her that day. We wanted to soon step her up to novice, which is a shame, but we'll see what happens, won't we, kids? She's very dopey today. So I'm going to get on with the video, and obviously I'm going to start with dressage. So dressage, we got a 36.5 score. She was very full of herself in the dressage. Before we went in, we were in the end arena, and there's a box of flags, I believe, cross country flags next to the arena, and she was really spooking at that and being silly about that. Luckily the judge let us go around past it again, and then she went in, did an alright test, didn't you? Wasn't too bad. It was quite fairly scored, wasn't it? I've got the dressage sheet, I think, so as we're doing the movements in the test, I'll tell you what the judge gave us, and I'll talk you through the dressage test. So we'll get into that now. So I'm really sorry, but I've been looking for about an hour for my dressage test and I cannot find it anywhere. So sorry, but I don't have the judges' scores. But I remember that they were mostly 6, 6.5s, and the odd 5 for it. You'll see her canter work in a bit. So coming into this test, you go straight into a figure of 8 of 15-metre circles. I just struggled a bit on the second half of the circle. First of all, keeping her in trot and keeping her from falling out the shoulder. She tends to do it a lot more on the right rein than the left. So you'll see on the second half of this circle, she's falling out of it. So yeah, nothing too bad, just a bit bigger than I would have liked. And then I think it's straight into a canter transition, and she did that quite nicely. It wasn't too bad. She's always a lot better on this rein to canter anyway. And then into a circle in the middle. I always find, if anything with a canter, she's just a bit on the forehand, but nothing bad. And then I think we come straight back into trot and then walk at A. And then we come across the diagonal in a free walk on a long rein. I always struggle with getting Kira down to stretch. She tends to be too busy looking around and whatever else, so we don't really get her long and low. Her overstep is great. She has really nice paces, but just can't get that head down. And then I think we come to halt at C. Her halt wasn't great. She went to start, wasn't square at all, and then swung her back end out. I don't know if you can tell, and it was also really brief. I didn't stand her for long enough, so yeah, could have done with straightening up a bit more with my leg and holding it for a bit longer. So then straight into trot at the next marker, and then I think it's canter in the top corner again. So that again wasn't a bad transition. She's always a bit worse on this rein in canter. As you can see, she's fighting the contact there. And then she comes down quite nicely onto the circle. But then I think when we hit the edge of the arena again, she brings her head up, I don't know if it was to do with the box. She seemed to like spook a bit and jump about. But yeah, oh well. And then I think it's straight down the centre line and into a halt. So her halt again, she swung her back end round the same way as last time. So now on to show jumping. Show jumping, well, of course, it was quite a nice course. You won't see in the video, I don't believe. There's a black and white fence. I thought if anything we'd have that one down. I'll tell you about it in the video. Yeah, she was quite heady. That was the only problem, but she was jumping massive, cleared them all, so we were really happy with her. So I'll show you the video now and I'll talk you through that one as well. So this is the show jumping round. I don't know if you could tell, but I have my whip in the left hand because the first 3 fences were coming away from the start. She got a bit of a funny stride into that second fence. We got a bit deep, but she cleared it fine. And the third fence, I remember she dropped quite nicely. And then coming around here, I swapped my whip, and then she again came round down this line quite nicely. I think striding got slightly deep again, but not bad. And then going round to the top end, sorry if you can't really see me. I think it was a related distance again, and I don't remember anything wrong with it. I think she just popped them both nicely. And then we came round to the black and white fence, which I said about earlier. This was the fence that I thought we would have down, if any. So I'm literally coming into the fence saying to her, we are not going to have this down. But she didn't. She jumped it really nicely. And then last to this little double. And as you can see, her head is just up in the air. So I just had to use my seat. I don't know what I've just done to her fall off. Bring that back down. And then last of all was cross country. And I'm not going to talk you through cross country, I'm just going to let you watch our round, but she flew, she just loved it, she didn't look at anything. I thought if we were going to have a problem, it was the log at fence 4, because it was coming out of the lorry park, and I thought she'd be napping a bit, and it was going into a bit of a wood, so it was a bit spooky. So yeah, I thought if anything we'd have a problem at that, but no, she wasn't looking at anything, and she was really good. We went clear inside the time. So yeah, couldn't fault her. She was a really good girl. So I'm going to let you watch my cross country round. I'm not going to talk over it, I'm just going to let you watch it. So I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you afterwards. dressage. So we finished on our dressage score of 36.5 and came 8th and got a lovely rosette. So I was really happy with her. We were really happy. We thought we were finally clicking in the cross country. So yeah, couldn't fault it that day, just to dressage, but we always know dressage can either go one way or the other. So we weren't too upset with that, were we? So that now brings me to the end of our Oasby overview video. Thank you for watching and I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.